Hey everybody, welcome back to the MINIAC, another live stream, and I've decided to go incredibly casual today because I got nothing better to do, and I'm sure you all are in the same boat as me. So anyway, I hope all of you out there are doing really well. I'm doing pretty well, chewing gum right now, and the reason I am not in front of my computer like I would normally be is because he wanted to sleep in my arms, and I didn't have the heart to move to let him up. So he's sitting here more comfortable than me. My back is killing me because I've been sitting like this for about 15 minutes now. But since nobody's watching this video anyway, I'm hoping people are watching it. But how's everyone doing out there in the mini community? If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks for joining me. And if you're someone sitting at home bored, not knowing what the heck's going on, and just trying to get by right now, I sympathize with you. I'm in the same boat as you all, and it's just not been a fun it's not been a fun month. This is going to be 2020 is going to be an interesting year. If you haven't already noticed now, since I've started this video, I cut my hair because I couldn't find a barber that was open. So, obviously I couldn't find a barber open because we're in the middle of a stay-at-home order. So, anywho, if you're looking for some cool upgrades for your Mini, and I recently did an upgrade on my Mini, go check out outmotoring.com. Use code MINIAC5 and you'll get 5% off on your order. If you want some graphics for your Mini, something fun to do while you're sitting in your driveway, not able to drive your car anywhere, go check out motoringstripes.com. Use code MINIAC, get 5% off on your order there. What else do I got? Go buy a t-shirt from me. I'll tell you what, if you use code MINIAC5, I will give you 5% off on teespring.com/stores/the-MINIAC. And go check that out and use code MINIAC5, you'll get 5% off on your order, and that's a pretty good deal as well. So get a cool t-shirt. I think I have my Motor On t-shirts are going on right now. So pretty cool stuff right there. What other stuff have I been doing? Well, if you haven't already heard, and unless you've been under a rock for the last week or so, Mini Takes the States has been postponed. And according to my video, which I created the video April 3rd, that's when I first found out about it, but I could not post the video until Mini USA had actually did their official posting. So that's why I had to wait. And hey Dale, how's it going? So basically Mini USA has decided to postpone Mini Takes the States until next summer. So that means Mini Takes the States will be Mini Takes the States 2021 instead of 2020. But I imagine they'll find some clever way to use the 2020 since they couldn't do it. So I think they'll find some sort of fun way of doing that. But that does mean, though, that those of us who probably weren't going to be able to make it this year will probably be able to go next year. And I'm going to do my best to attempt to go next year. And I think, under the circumstances and under all the crap that we've been dealing with, I'm probably going to go because I'm going to be stir crazy and want to get out, and I'm going to want to share my new car with everyone and show it off and all that good stuff. So, with that being said, that's my only new video recently. I decided I am going to upload I've uploaded the It's Mini video series, which was the interviews I did with several Mini owners. Those are going to be starting up again on Friday, and they will conclude at the end of the month with the full It's Mini interview video, which is pretty good. Really cool, and I think you'll see that it's more than just the Mini Cooper. It's the people who drive them are fantastic people, and that the culture of Mini ownership goes beyond just the cars. So it's going to be a pretty cool video. I think you're going to get a kick out of it. I've been waiting to post that video for a long time, and finally going to get the chance to do it. As far as an actual video on my new car, that will happen at some point. I will be doing a video like that. It just means I'm trying to wait until the end of the month in hopes that maybe not necessarily the social distancing, but maybe some of the lockdown or some of the stay-at-home stuff kind of lessens a little bit, maybe. I don't know if it'll happen, but we'll see. If that happens, I'll probably try to get a video of my car for an actual video of it, so you guys can all check it out and see how cool that is. But with that being said, I also want to tell you all that Mini it may look like there's a shortage at dealerships right now on new Mini Coopers, but I have it on good authority that there are still tons that were on ships on their way here, and there's still tons at the port. So if there's a specific Mini you want and you don't want to wait to order one and they don't have it at a dealership, they can probably get it. So no reason to not buy a new Mini if you still want one. And the sales departments are doing online sales right now, so online and by appointment. So if you do want to buy a new Mini during the coronavirus crisis, contact your dealership, make sure their sales department is doing online sales, or do appointments and go in, and they'll make sure that they'll take care of you. They are practicing all the right safety things that they need to in order to make sure their customers are safe and sound. So definitely do that if you want to buy a new Mini. My old Mini, my blue Clubman, has officially sold. It sold to a man in Kansas City who bought it because he wanted a fun car to drive around Kansas City. So there's now 2 Minis running around with the MINIAC livery on it. So kind of cool. But I'm going to open up this video to conversations in here. Anyone have anything they want to say, anything they want to share? What's been going on with you all? I know I have subscribers from all over the world. I want to hear from you all and hear what's going on, how things are going, because naturally things are a little weird. And yeah, Dale, McCoy did sell very quick. I was expecting that to happen. So I mean, it was a great looking car. That Clubman was a great looking car. So naturally, it was going to sell pretty fast. And it was for sale for $13,700, I think, was the price, which to me seemed a little high for a car for 101,000 miles. But it had the Recaro interior. It had a MINIAC tune on it. I did a lot of cool stuff with that car, and I have a lot of cool stuff in store for the new car. So it's going to be pretty amazing. So but yeah, it did in fact sell very, very fast. Faster than I was expecting it to, actually. And if it looks like I'm looking over to the side of my phone, it's because my camera's over here, and he decided he wants to pop into everyone say hello to Ox. So this is Oxford. He's a black domestic shorthair, and I adopted him last year around June, and they originally named him Toad. So I renamed him. He doesn't answer to his name. He never answered to Toad either. And he is in his own little world. Say hi to Amanda. Amanda just said hi to you. No? Okay. He's more interested in what's going on outside. Nope, he just wants to lounge. He's more interested in what's going on outside, which is a daily and nightly occurrence. Hey, Zachary, did you find someone to cut your hair? No, Des. I actually cut my own. I had a trimmer here that an old roommate left a long time ago. I tried to trim it a little bit just on the sides and the back, and I couldn't get it to look right, so I finally just cut it all off. So, it doesn't look bad. Could be better, but this is the way I'm going to be dealing with this until it all grows back out. I just shaved it all off, and I've been wearing baseball caps every day. So, yeah, just something you got to deal with. If you can't go to a hair salon or a barber shop, and you need to cut your hair, and I had missed my haircut appointment, I just decided to buzz it all off. So, starting over from scratch. On the plus side, I figured out I'm not losing my hair like I thought I was, so that's always a good sign, right? But how is everybody doing out there? I have some friends here from Missouri. I have friends from all over the world that are in this group right now, or in this video right now. So I want to hear from you all. I want to hear how everyone is doing, and I think the cat wants to hear it a little bit as well. So that's always exciting. You seem uninterested. Yeah, he's an oddball at times. He's really odd at times. So let's see who else has popped in here. No, I have very few all good in the UK. That's a good thing. Like hearing that. I'm from Nice. Hey Jessica, how is Scotland right now? You're actually the first person I've chatted with, I think, who is from Scotland. So that is that's pretty cool. I haven't chatted with someone from Scotland, so you might notice that, you might find it interesting that actually my majority of my viewers on my YouTube channel are either from Hey Roy in Minnesota. Majority of my YouTube viewers are either from the United States, the UK, obviously, or Japan. Apparently, Japan has a really big mini following out there. So that's pretty cool. And if you're wondering why I named him Ox, it's not because he's black. It's actually short for Oxford, because me being the MINIAC, I had to name something after the plant that the Mini is made. So I named him after the Oxford plant. So basically calling him Ox, but short for Oxford. His collar, when he does manage to not rip it off of his neck, has a British flag on the back of it, or it has a tag with his name and a British flag on the back. So yeah, this is a very, very, very casual video for me. This is not something I normally do, and I wouldn't normally do it, except under the circumstances. I just figured it's just not necessary. But how are the... I'm sure all of you out there have a mini club or some other organization that you drive your Mini in. How are the car clubs out there handling all this? Are they all getting stir crazy, ready to go finally get back on the road at some point? Just getting stressed. I hear there's a lot of uncertainty. Dealerships are still kind of dealing with some of this stuff. It's not just Mini, though. Every dealership is dealing with this. So, but I hope you all are out there doing well. He is cutting off the circulation in my arm. So, don't know why. So, they're all not running in England at the moment. That's what I assumed. I know that the plant Oxford is closed right now, and they basically just stopped the assembly line, locked the doors, and walked away for the time being. Minnesota United is ready after a long winter. Yeah, I would imagine so, with the car clubs not being able to get out of their winter slump and get out and actually go and do stuff. Everyone's going stir crazy. My mini club, I had been planning I'm going mad not been able to drive my Mini. I was planning a taco run with the local mini club that we were going to do a thing and have like 4 different taco restaurants. It was going to be a really fun drive. We had like 60 cars ready to go, and then all this stuff started, so we had to cancel it. Yeah, Dale wants to motor. I've driven 50 miles in 2 weeks. Yep, I've been driving fairly, I have to go to photograph inventory still for these 2 dealerships, so they're closed. The sales departments are closed right now. It's by appointment only, but they need their inventory online because their online traffic has gone up exponentially, so it's just kind of craziness. Jessica says, over here, if you drive your car for anything other than groceries or essentials, the insurance company can void your insurance. Wow. No, that's dangerous. Good reason to not drive your car then. So everyone go out and just get I think everyone just needs to go out and get an Xbox and just get Forza 4 or something, Forza 5, whatever the game is up to at this point, and we'll just all play online Forza racing or something. That will be our driving fix. We'll just build driving simulators in our houses, so we can all actually get out or try to get out and do something. So that is what's been going on with me right now, and he's more interested in what's going on outside than what's going on camera here. And if you haven't been able to tell, I'm doing some laundry right now, so this is just the weirdest way possible for me to do a live stream with you guys. I can't believe I'm doing this laying on my bed with my cat here. So I guess nothing is normal these days. Des says, I've driven 0.7 or 7/7 of a mile in 2 weeks, brand new F60. What's your thoughts on the electric Mini? Well, the electric Mini, I was looking forward to driving it, but I don't think we're going to be getting one at the local dealership anytime soon. And, so yeah, I have no clue what my thoughts are on the electric Mini because I haven't driven one yet, but I'm looking forward to actually finally driving one at some point when they finally do allow them to come out. Right now, they're only being able to be released if a customer has bought one. So I haven't bought, or I don't know if any customer that's actually bought one at the local dealership yet, so we can't actually drive it unless the customer they can't get one in unless a customer bought one already. So it's kind of frustrating. Jessica says, I'm currently downloading Dirt Rally 2.0 just so I can do some driving. Amanda says they're very nice. The electric Mini, it seems to suit it perfectly. Electric cars seem to be, especially with the Mini, it seems to be a very appropriate configuration for the car, and I think that they'll have an electric Mini in the future. I know that the UK is working on going full electric at some point, but I know that an electric Mini in the lineup will be a good thing. I know that the 4th Gen Mini, they're planning to do a triple powertrain setup. They're going to have a electric as the primary one, and then they'll have gas and, I think, diesel or gas and hybrid as the other 2 powertrains for the car. So I imagine that an electric Mini will become more mainstream and more accepted as the years progress. And with the F60, or with the F generation Mini continuing until about 2023, 2024, they're going to have to keep refreshing the new cars. So what I do know is that part of the thing with the 2021s with the manuals coming back, manuals are back, but the handbrake, the pull-up handbrake is gone. They are going to full pull-up parking brake button thing, basically. Basically what they're using for the parking brake in the electric Mini, the push-button parking brake, that's what they're going to with all the Minis. So all of them are going to have the push-button parking brake. There's not going to be a handbrake or a handbrake lever anymore. So kind of sucks if you want to do handbrake turns, you won't be able to do them. Do you have diesel Mini in the USA? No, Des, we do not have the diesel Mini in the US. I was very disappointed when the F car first came out. I was looking forward to getting a diesel one, actually. And then when I found out they weren't going to bring them over to the US, because the reasoning behind it is they said that the fuel economy on the diesel in the US market would be the same as the fuel economy on the Cooper, on the gas engine Cooper. So they didn't feel it was needed to have a diesel engine and a gasoline engine at the same time. So they didn't bring the diesel engine over to the U.S. Roy Finch, I'm waiting for 0% interest to be announced. Just might do a JCW. I can tell you right now, if you go to some of the Mini USA websites or Mini dealership websites, I think they are doing 180-day financing right now, which is they will defer 3 payments and make your first 3 payments, I think is what they're saying they're doing right now. So if you want to get a brand new Mini right now, this might actually be the perfect time for you to go do that, because they are doing similar deals to what most car manufacturers are doing right now. So something to think of, something to consider. Some dealerships, or even some dealerships, non-Mini dealerships, I think there's some out there that are doing 0% financing. But either way, it might not be a bad time to buy a new car right now, with it not being as trafficked and not being, there might be more chance to get a highly sought after one. If you have a specific one in mind that you really want, it might be a good time to go out and buy one. So I would encourage everybody out there, if they want to buy a new Mini, go out there and check. No, go out there. I'm sorry, that was the wrong choice of words. Get on their websites, look to see what's available, contact your dealer, make an appointment for a test drive, and go from there. And then just go from there. But if you're in a particular country or state where the dealerships are closed, then obviously you really can't right now. Do you think a Mini 1 is worth... Jessica says, do you think a Mini 1 is worth a look? I know that the Mini 1 is, I think, 90 horsepower or something like that, 90 to 100. If you're going to use it for just like a city car or just like around town, and you're not going to be taking it out on the highway too often, I don't see any reason not to consider a Mini 1. I think that actually is not a bad vehicle for just a basic car. But if you want a little bit more grunt, a little bit more power, and a little bit more enjoyable driving, or a little bit more fun, or, I don't know, more horsepower, I would say maybe go for the Cooper, just because you're getting 134 horsepower versus maybe 100 horsepower, and it makes a world of difference, really, when you think about it. So that's something to consider. But if you think if you see a Mini 1 that you happen to like and you don't mind having lower horsepower and you're just going to be using it for putting around town or going around the city, I'd say go for it. Ghostface Killer says, interesting choice of username. Hi guys, hope all is well. I just got a really good deal on a hardtop JCW. It's a beauty. I'm glad you bought a JCW. Congratulations on that. It's a great car. Yes, if you didn't know, I did in fact buy a Cooper S recently with a JCW appearance package, and now it has a tuning kit, and I'm going to put a Dynon on it. But my reasoning was I didn't want to wait for an F56 JCW to just pop up, because there wasn't going to be one for a while. And I happen to like the looks of a Cooper S with a JCW appearance package. I just think it's kind of an interesting look to it. So I went ahead and did it. Yeah, the cat walked away, and now I can start to feel my fingers again. And yeah, he was really like cutting off the circulation of my arm. So that was not very pleasant. But, oh, I'm going to hop up here. There we go. All right, now we can actually talk. All right. Now I'm not shaking while laying on my bed here. So, very good, bro. I'm really happy for you, pal. Yep. So, otherwise, things are going pretty good around here. I am doing what I need to do to keep my sanity. I'm sure all of you out there are doing what you need to do to keep your sanity. If you can't drive your Mini right now, I suggest maybe take that gas money that you were going to spend for the entire month and put it to good use. I'm thinking upgrade your car. Add some parts. Who knows? Ethan F56, do you think future JCWs will get 300 horsepower or stay around 230? I've heard from Mini USA and from the brand educator, the only ones that are going to have 300 horsepower will be the John Cooper Works Clubman, John Cooper Works Countryman. The hardtop and the convertible will not have a 300 horsepower engine, unfortunately. That's just the way they're going to do it. Ghostface Killer, what mods would you recommend? For the hardtop F56 JCW, depending on model year, I would look at the Pro Exhaust if you want to do that. The dealer installed Pro Exhaust, pretty sharp. Suspension, I have NM Engineering lowering springs on my Mini. I think they're really good, and NM Engineering actually develops parts specifically for BMW and Mini. So I'd recommend them. I would go check them out. They have them at outmotoring.com. You have a 2020? Okay, so it has the 8-speed automatic. Your 2020 has the 8-speed automatic if you're in the U.S. If you're not in the U.S., you might have the manual. I don't know for sure. But I don't know what country you're located in. So, I would look, if you're going to do lowering springs, I would do NM Engineering. If you're going to do the Pro Suspension, if you want to do coilovers, do the Pro Suspension. JCW Pro Suspension is pretty good. There's another company I can't think off the top. You're from England. Okay, so it's probably, I'm going to guess you either have the 8-speed automatic or you have a 6-speed manual. So, there's tons of parts out there. I can't remember the companies in the UK that actually have stuff for Minis right off the top of my head. I think SMP something or other. It's another group. It's a company I follow on Instagram. But 8-speed auto. Okay. You could do suspension upgrade. You could do an exhaust upgrade. I think you can do Dynon over there. Dynon Elite Tune would bump your horsepower from 231, I believe, to Lowen's another one. Yeah. Bump your horsepower up to 280, maybe, if you do like the Dynon Elite Tune out there. So that'd be pretty impressive, actually. And I know someone who actually did Dynon Elite Tune on their JCW, and they have about 280 horsepower. The Dynon Elite Tune I have for my Cooper S, I'm looking at about maybe 250 or so horsepower-wise when I upgrade that. So that'll be pretty impressive. But these newer B series engines are really good when it comes to upgrading and performance. They can really handle things that you'd be surprised you'd be surprised. I'm pretty impressed. So, Ethan says better tires for sure. I agree on the tires. Definitely agree on the tires. I have 205/45 run flats on my car that I hate. I think they are terrible. And as soon as I have the chance to do it, I'm replacing them with 215/45/17 Kumos, actually, because I like the Kumo tire brand. It's one of my favorite tires. I've used them on all my Minis so far, and I really like them. So I'm going to put 215/45s. I'm hoping they'll fit on the car, because I'm also planning to install, they're from Mach Schnell brand. wheel spacers because they have the holes for the alignment pins when you do the vehicle alignment, so you get it aligned correctly. And I'm going to do a 10 millimeter spacer on the front and a 15 millimeter spacer on the rear, because the rear of the cars is about, I want to say 5 to 8 millimeters narrower than the front. So, what else have we got here? A lot more comments, and I'm using my iPhone here to talk to you all. Jessica Christie, do you have the Grand Prix Mini where you are? The GP? Yes, we're going to get the GP here in the U.S., but right now the orders are on hold on the assembly line, so I don't know when we're going to start getting them in the U.S., but it's not going to be the month that they said it was going to be. It's going to probably be later. Is it complicated to do that? And also, what about warranty? Ghostface Killer, the Dynan Elite Tune, if your dealership installs Dynan, I think it is covered by warranty, but definitely double check first. You don't want to void your warranty. Something you want to be careful about. That being said, I think there is a way to disable the Dynan Elite Tune when you take your car in for service, so it doesn't void your warranty, but definitely double check these things. What else have we got in here? Chris Belgrade, is it upgrade intercooler worth spending $700 on your F56 for an F54S? I would say if you want your car to be cool a little easier and breathe a little bit better and have a little bit more power, yeah, upgrade your intercooler. But $700 for an intercooler seems a little high. Which intercooler are you looking at? Because that seems like an expensive one. I hate run flats. I'm thinking Michelin PS4. Ethan says, Michelin is my go-to. You won't be disappointed. Someone was talking about tuning boxes. The only tuning box I've heard of that's actually a good one is Race Chip, I think, is the one. Someone I know who has Race Chip on his car. And yeah, Race Chip. And I hear good things about Race Chip. So if you're going to do tuning boxes and you're not going to do like the full-on Dynan Elite, Race Chip's relatively inexpensive, and it actually does pretty well. It bumps your horsepower up pretty nicely on that car, and it's a good system. And it's and most of those plug-and-play ones are a lot easier to remove if you decide you need to take it off the car temporarily, or if you decide you need to just do something quickly with it. Yeah, there's lots of other choices out there. Ethan says it has a warranty as well, and Ethan would know. Ethan actually has, I think, Ethan, do you have a Race Chip on your car? Like, I'm getting ready to do it. I'm going to be doing a video on Ethan's car. He was kind enough to send me video and photos and everything. I'm going to do a review video on his car. But, yes, he has a Race Chip on his car, so that's pretty impressive. I'm going to do a Dynan Elite Tune at some point on my car. And I'm also doing another upgrade. I'm going to actually, it's a cosmetic upgrade that's going to look pretty interesting when it's done. I still need to do the GP Pro splitters that are on the Pro spoiler splitters, whatever you want to call them, the trim pieces that are on the front and back of the car, on the JCWs anyway. Not GP, the JCW Pro splitters. I need to do those at some point, but those are a little pricey. So, I got to save up my money for that. And right now, I have plenty of time to save up my money. So, as far as YouTube is going right now, channel's still doing incredibly well. What about Schnitzer? AC Schnitzer, I know they make good parts. I don't know what they make on minis because I haven't seen AC Schnitzer components in a long time. So I definitely would have to recommend you double check. You look online for that stuff to see what they make for the mini. I don't know specifically what they make. Anywho, getting back to the YouTube stuff, the channel's doing pretty well right now. Revenue for this channel has dropped significantly because of the coronavirus outbreak. It's mainly because businesses are just not spending money, or just not spending money on advertising, so my channel's not making any money really right now. And AC Schnitzer makes some good stuff for the Mini. It's something I might have to look into yet then. I wonder if Aaron from Out Motoring is watching. I wonder if he sells any AC Schnitzer components. I don't know if he does, but something to look into. I might take a look at that at some point. I know there's a company that if you don't have the Union Jack taillights on your Mini and you want the Union Jack taillights, I know that there's a company, it's that SMP something or other on Instagram. They make them, and I know the sales manager at the local Mini dealership actually bought them for his car, and they look really cool, so I may actually get them. SMP 2012, yep. I may actually buy those taillights for my Mini at some point as well, because I think they look really, really cool. But for now, I'm just leaving the stock taillights. But we're closing in on 30 minutes, and kill all chrome. Yep, mini bits. But we're closing in on 30 minutes, and this is a very, very informal, very casual video. So I thought I would go ahead and at least... Someone got a haircut. Looks really cool. Yeah, I thought we might at least show you how low the car is now if I can get people off my driveway. So, I'm going to flip the camera around real quick and let you all get a really good look at the Mini. And there it is. And as you can see, it's been dropped significantly. Now, this is not my official video, but if you want to buy the NM Engineering lowering springs, they give it a nice look, and they're only about $271, which is really impressive for a lowering spring, and it works incredibly well. So, something I would consider, something I would look into if you want to do that, and it's a little less expensive than, obviously, it's less expensive than coilovers. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and hop off here. I want to thank all of you who came in here to watch and chat with me today. And yes, this was a very informal kind of video, but I'm sure things will go back to a more formal stance at some point. I'll do my live streams a little bit more formal at some point. I'm working on my studio, which at the moment is a bit of a mess. So this will be the studio for the MINIAC at some point. In the meantime, it's kind of just a mess. But I want to thank you all for watching. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel. I upload videos every Monday and Friday, usually at 2 p.m. Central US time. And leave a like below. Don't forget to comment. Go check out my other videos, because I have tons of videos out there right now. Go watch one of them. Go watch whatever. Go have fun. We're all going to get through this, and we're all going to go back to out and enjoy our minis again. And I hope you all are doing well. I hope you all are staying safe. I hope you're all staying happy under the circumstances. Because, yeah, things are just not as great as they could be. But I want to thank you all for watching, and stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you all next time. So,